going to talk about why Dogecoin still has that $1 potential. I still think Doge will reach $1 during this bull run. So, anyways, we're going to talk about that. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and that is financial advice. Let's get straight to it. So, Dogecoin, we've always been talking about $1 Dogecoin for the longest, right? As you can see, it's up 26% still in the last 30 days and 159% still in the last year, which is significantly better than a lot of projects in this market. A lot of people have been really sleeping on Doge, and Doge has still been doing what Doge does, right? It's still been doing that volatile movements, and 159% in the last year is pretty big, right? But let's talk about why they still have that $1 potential. As you all know, the first Dogecoin ETF has now been finally debuted, and it's finally here. We finally have the first Doge ETF, right? So Dogecoin jumps 8% as first US Doge ETF doubles forecast with $6 million debut. Rex Osprey's Doji shattered whoever that guy's name is $2.5 million over slash under with nearly $6 million in its first hour as Doge popped 8%. So that's pretty big. It's pretty big, and there's only going to be more and more Dogecoin ETFs being released. Imagine BlackRock, jumping in with a Dogecoin ETF. Imagine just all these different companies investing inside of Dogecoin ETFs, Dogecoin treasuries. Imagine stocks, getting Dogecoin treasuries. Just imagine all these different companies investing in Dogecoin, and Elon Musk is still invested into it. So I think Dogecoins are going to do very well, and this is a step in the right direction. Just getting these ETFs is very, very huge. But yeah, $6 million in trading volume within the first hour of being live, right? And it's on some random exchange, SIBO, BZX. People probably know it, right? I don't know. Anyways, Dogecoin ETF outpaces analyst forecast, highlighting institutional demand. The ETF is issued through a collaboration between Rex Shares and Osprey Funds, two companies that have focused heavily on crypto-related investment products. So their perspectives filled last week outlined a strategy for the fund to hold Dogecoin directly with the possibility of investing in other crypto ETFs and derivatives. This is huge for not only Dogecoin, but for the whole entire crypto market. Just the fact that they got their first ETF, we're going to start seeing a lot of different companies, creating treasuries and ETFs. So this is huge. Now, let's talk about prices. This is what I love. This is what I love. All right. Now, looking at the MACD, this is the weekly chart. Super bullish. Super bullish for the MACD on the weekly chart. Lots of buying pressure. We've been super bullish since July. And yeah, since July, since the middle of July, we've been super bullish. So that's pretty good. And that's on the weekly chart, by the way. On the daily chart, the MACD is it's losing some buying pressure. It's losing buying pressure. And we're going to look at all the time frames from the MACD first, so we have no other impressions, right? So we're not influenced by the chart. We're just looking at technicals, and then we're going to look at the chart. Now, the daily chart, selling pressure is coming in, lots of selling pressure. This might eventually end up being down here, so you might see like a lot of selling pressure. Right now we have a good amount, but not too much, right? And now we're seeing that curve downwards, which is kind of indicating that the pullback is here. All right, and then we have the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we're already going through the selling, right? We're already going through the motions with the selling pressure. All right, 1-hour chart, selling pressure still very, very prominent, doing big things with the selling pressure on the 1-hour chart. 30-minute chart, the selling pressure is slowing down actively, almost as if it were a pattern, right? As you can see here, selling pressure has been slowly but surely decreasing. For the 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart, selling pressure almost completely gone on the short-term 15-minute chart. Recovery in the process, about to cross here at the bottom and see an increase in price in the short term. So we should see an increase in price in the short term for the people that like to trade. And the 5-minute chart, good buying pressure, should still be good for a little bit longer. All right. Now that is the MACD for all the time periods. Now let's break this down by looking at the charts. Now, since we already looked at the MACD, right, our next resistance for Dogecoin obviously is going to be at 0.31. I'll just say 30 cents. 31 cents. I'm not going to just say 30 cents. 31 cents is that resistance for Dogecoin. So we're looking towards 31 cents, super bullish, like I said before, on the weekly chart. The percent R trend exhaustion shows the direction of the trends, and for the weekly chart, both the short-term trend being the white line and the long-term trend being the blue line are both increasing at the same time, heading towards the top of the chart there. So on the weekly chart, the percent R trend exhaustion shows that we are in an uptrend, in a bullish uptrend, right? Now, for the daily chart, when we look at the percent R trend exhaustion here, it looks a little bit different. We're overbought on the daily, and now you're seeing that pullback actively happening. I think we might stop halfway down. Usually does, I mean, not usually, sometimes it does it. This time it kind of went all the way down. So we are in that pullback stage, but there's a possibility that it stops halfway or a quarter way down. This is a quarter way. About here would be halfway, and then recovery from either one of these areas. So we are definitely going to see some pulling back here. We're probably going to end up seeing this support being broken. If we cannot continue this uptrend, then yeah, we'll definitely see some supports being broken, but we're making higher lows, which is a bullish signal. The higher lows are showing themselves here. Higher low, higher low. We may or may not come back a little bit lower, but it might stop here at that support and then make another higher low and then continue up to 40 cents. So I think 40 cents is about to happen really soon for Dogecoin. So get ready when it does this push. Once it gets above 30 cents, it's probably going to be almost immediately up to 40 cents. And then people are going to be scrambling around trying to get some Doge, and maybe even immediately up to 50 cents where it did before. And if it hits 50, it might even break past what it did before and just go straight to 60. So I have a feeling within the next few months, anytime within the next few months, 4 months really, because September, October, November, December, 3.5 months, within the next 3 months, we are going to see Dogecoin around like 60 cents. So definitely get ready for that, prepare for that. It's probably going to end up going higher than that too. But yeah, within the next 3 months, we're going to end up seeing that level of 60 cents, and then we'll probably even end up seeing $1 pretty soon too, going into next year. So Dogecoin's still pretty bullish, and this ETF just proves that Dogecoin is still the original meme coin, and yeah, no one can really take that away from Dogecoin. So I think Doge will always do well. Now, as for the 4-hour chart on the percent R trend exhaustion, it is showing that we are currently entering that downtrend territory for the 4-hour chart. It could easily go down halfway, like with the long-term trend, could easily go down halfway and then continue, kind of like it did there. So that would look like this, and then the long-term trend going back up while the short-term trend goes down and then comes up and meets that at the top. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.